Thinking about the podcast I did recently, dealing with not compromising, I thought it would be good that I let you know what I consider to be primary issues in the Bible. Things that you cannot deny and still be a Christian. Let's talk about that today. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jamal Benny, and this is Prescribed Truth, where I seek to distribute the truth that the doctor prescribes to the church and the world today. Now, I've put together 5 things that I believe that are very essential to the Christian faith. Things that you just cannot deny and still be a Christian. One of those things is Jesus being God. So if you watched the video I did before, I asked a gentleman, do you believe Jesus is God? And his answer was no, because Jesus prayed to a God. So we began to go through scripture, and I began to show him through scripture that Jesus is indeed God. These are one of those things that I believe, as scripture teaches, that it's essential to the gospel, that if Jesus isn't God, then we don't have no true atonement. So I believe that is one essential truth that Christians should hold to. And if you deny that fact, you may not be a Christian. I believe every Christian should understand that salvation is not by works of the law. The Bible tells us clearly that we will not be justified by works of the law, but it's only through the grace of God that we are saved. By grace you have been saved, not of works, so that no man can boast. That, my friends, will be a perversion of the gospel to say that people are saved by how good they are and the things that they do. No. Now, the next one is a little tricky one. You may get some grace in this area, and that is understanding the doctrine of the Trinity. I put in my notes that the denial of the Trinity would be something that I would say you can't be a Christian and believe. But I do know people who struggle with the concept of the Trinity and not really understanding it. I myself was one of those people. I believe the Lord has saved me, and yet I had no understanding of what the Trinity was, but the Lord gave me understanding in time. And so I'm not saying if you don't understand the Trinity, or you may not believe it right now, that you're not Christian. But if you deny that God is a triune being, and you for a fact believe that God is one, as far as one person doing everything, then my friend, you may not be a Christian. Now, this next one touches me in my core, and that is the belief that we can't lose our salvation. If you deny this truth, then I don't believe that you can be a Christian. Because if you believe that God will save you and yet change his mind, then you're going against everything that Jesus himself said, and you make Jesus out to be a liar. And that can't happen. Now, my number 5 on this list is not that it's because it's 5th of my least or anything like that. It's just one of the things I put up. I don't believe that you can be Christian and deny the virgin birth. The only way I see you can struggle with that concept is if you don't believe in the supernatural. But you can't believe the Bible or believe in God if you don't believe in the supernatural. God is a supernatural being. So yeah, I find it hard for you to be a Christian and deny the virgin birth, because it's laid out in scripture. Now, the purpose of this video isn't to give a breakdown of all the scriptures that go behind proving these points, but if you would like to discuss them, please leave comments below and hit me up either by emailing me or calling a number, and I'll be happy to talk with you through it. Matter of fact, if enough comments come up, I may do a podcast on each point, depending on how serious it is. This is what I see as being essential. You cannot be a Christian and deny these 5 things. Now, that may be others. So I'm going to ask you, my question of the day, what are some things that you believe are laid out in scripture that is essential to salvation, that people cannot be a Christian and deny? Or maybe you've seen some things in my list that you believe is non-essential. That's okay. Let's talk about it. Let's go through the word and let's discuss it. I'm open to it. So I hope this sparks some conversation that is meaningful. And remember, in a world full of errors, the only thing the doctor prescribes is truth. Blessings. I want to know your thoughts on the content that you just seen. Leave your comments below. If you want to find out more information on Prescribed Truth, look in that description. If you found this video helpful, please like it, give it a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell next to it so you can be notified when I have new and upcoming content. And remember, in a world full of errors, the only thing the doctor prescribes is truth.